What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks NBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 3 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prize Picks in the NBA tonight. As always, if you haven't checked out Prize Picks, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' points, rebounds, assists, points, rebounds, assists, fantasy score, 3-pointers made, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go ahead and lock that in. Get that free money offer and start winning some money over on Prize Picks with these picks today, guys. And if you are going to be very serious, I do offer a whole lot of more content, a whole lot of more value over here in the premium content packages. Specifically the VIP member package that's going to give you access to every single one of my tickets for all sports that I cover and all apps, and as well as a whole lot more of the value alerts. All my tickets, like I said, the core play tiers, you're going to get access to my tiers, which is going to tell you how to prioritize your plays 1, 2, and 3. The VIP play of the day, we've been on a real hot streak with those. We already had multiple value alerts over there that have already gotten bumped, so that's kind of where the edge pays off. Joining the VIP, you can get those plays in before the bumps, get all my tickets, get the best value possible. I'm always grinding in there, setting those alerts in so you guys can get the plays in before those bumps do occur, of course. And if you enjoyed this content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out, and I will be providing this content to you guys for free in return all NBA season long to help you out. So we'll talk about it. We'll go game by game as we always do. We've got a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game slate with some really great game environments. And the first one I'd like to discuss is going to be this Minnesota Timberwolves Sacramento Kings game. This game has a 237.5 over under. It is a 0.5 spread in favor of Sacramento, so it's expected to stay very close. It's expected to be up pace. And we got a usage monster on the Minnesota Timberwolves in this great matchup against the Kings that I want to talk about in Anthony Edwards. Guy's been an absolute beast as of late. You look at his usage rate over the last 2 weeks. We're talking about a 32.5% usage rate, 1.31 fantasy points per minute. He does have a little bit of a turnover issue if you look at his game logs, I will say, but it is for that reason that rather than targeting his fantasy, I want to go with his points, rebounds, and assist prop because he's been crushing that prop. He's put up 34 points last time out, 6 assists, 10 rebounds the time before, 25, 7 and 7 the time prior, 37, 5 and 6. 31, 5 and 3, 44, 4 and 6. Continues to play big minutes. He's going to play in the upper 30s, if not into the 40s in competitive games. Played 38 minutes in the same matchup against Sacramento last time out, where the final score was 117 and 110. And as you can see, 34, 10, 6 had a great game. And I'm expecting more of the same here. Kind of talked about it. 2 of the fastest paced teams in the league. The Kings are the 7th fastest paced team in the league. The Minnesota Timberwolves are the 6th fastest paced team in the league. Anthony Edwards with no Karl-Anthony Towns has really stepped up. Obviously, Cat's been out for quite some time now, so this is kind of nothing new to us. But that is worthy of noting because obviously his rates have been up a lot higher than they were earlier in the season. Cat's been out since November. It's been the Anthony Edwards show. Definitely expect that to continue to happen. And we just got a nice sample of what he can do in this kind of a matchup with this kind of pace. I'm expecting more of the same. You look at his last 5 as far as his PRA. He's averaging 46 over that last 5. His line's only set at 38.5. Just barely went out there and put up 50 PRA against the Sac team last time. And I don't anticipate that slowing down anytime soon. Like I said, with the increased usage of the last 2 weeks, he's clearly the top guy in usage on this team. 32.5% usage rate. Nobody else is even coming close to that. D'Angelo Russell's the second starter on the team with a 23% usage rate. So it's very clearly Anthony Edwards' team. Plays a bunch of minutes. Very athletic on the glass. Obviously, naturally, when you're going to attack the rim as much as he does, take as many shots as he does, the defense is also going to have to defend you. You're going to have some teammates open and be able to set up some assists as well. So for pick number 1, we're going with the over 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Anthony Edwards. That will be pick number 1. And then pick number 2, we have another great game environment with this Oklahoma City Thunder Golden State Warriors game with a 242.5 over under 5-point spread in favor of the Golden State Warriors. So another game that's expected to fly and stay close. No surprise, the Golden State Warriors are the fastest paced team in the league with a 103.15 pace metric. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the 3rd fastest paced team in the league with a 101.95 pace metric. So it's going to fly. And it all starts on the Warriors side. Guy I've been targeting a lot lately, it seems, because I think that Prizepicks continues to underrepresent his fantasy score, and that is Stephen Curry. You look at his rates on the season as far as how he has done on a per minute basis. We're talking about a 30% usage rate, and he puts up 1.39 fantasy points per minute in this Prizepicks scoring format. Once again, a guy that's going to play big minutes, obviously dominate the usage. We know Stephen Curry, if you've watched the NBA for quite some time, I'm sure you know who this guy is. He can shoot the lights out. He's going to get a lot of assists naturally from his team playing fast, and he actually does a pretty great job of grabbing rebounds, just naturally being out there on the floor for as many minutes as he is, similar to Anthony Edwards. Obviously, Edwards more of a two-guard forward type of build, whereas Curry is a traditional point guard, but 39 minutes into a competitive game last time out, 38, 43, 38. The same thing we talked about with Edwards as far as the minutes, the usage. And once again, 1.39 fantasy points per minute. That trails only Luka Doncic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as far as fantasy point production. Obviously, with this game being as fast as it's going to be, he's going to put up even more fantasy points per minute, ideally, than a game environment where, we go down to like the Phoenix Suns, Toronto Raptors, where it's only a 220.5 in a slower game. Not a lot of Warriors games are going to have that low of a total just naturally because of how fast they play, but do expect Curry to be able to surpass his fantasy score again. This was a pick that I was just on recently in a video I posted not too long ago, and I'm going to continue to be on it because I look at my latest projections, and I do have him projected to go out there and score 50-plus fantasy points. Once again, Prizepicks continues to keep his fantasy score in the mid-40s. I just think this is not high enough. 45.5, he's cleared this in 3 of the last 5. Only 2 games he didn't was against Memphis and Brooklyn. We just barely saw him go out there and put up 62.9 against the Toronto Raptors. That was another game environment that I was on this same pick, actually, as far as the fantasy score is concerned. And I definitely want to go right back to it. OKC giving up 6.8 assists to point game starters, giving him 6 field goals. And I just keep talking about the pace, but it's just true. You kind of put him into this game environment with this kind of pace. Naturally, his already good 1.39 fantasy point per minute production is obviously going to be even better. So 123.75 implied team total for the Warriors. I expect a lot of that production to be coming from Stephen Curry. And once again, my projection model does tie all this stuff in as far as fantasy point per minute, the pace of the game, all that stuff. And he's getting some steals and blocks as well. You do get 3 points for every one of those steals and blocks. 2 steals, 2 steals, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 3 steals. And traditionally does a very good job of handling the ball, not turning it over too much. As of late, you could actually make an argument he's been having some of his worst games in the turnover category, and he's still only turning over like 3 times a game pretty much. So definitely love this pick for pick number 2. We're going with the over 45.5 fantasy score here for Stephen Curry. That will be pick number 2. And then pick number 3, we're going to run it back on the other side. Very similar story. Just talked about there's only 2 point guards that have better fantasy point production on the slate than Curry. It was Shai Gilgeous and Luka. Shai Gilgeous in this same exact game environment with a 32% usage rate and a 1.43 fantasy point per minute production rate. Do expect him to have a very big game. Have to keep his team in this with a 118.75 implied total, 5-point spread. We know Shai Gilgeous has been an absolute bucket this season. He's getting to the free throw line a ton. He's shooting a ton. You look at the top field goals attempted per game, guys. He's in the top 10, 10th. Shoots 20.2 times per game where he shoots 51.3% from the field. 2.73 per game where he shoots 36.6% from behind the arc. But he gets to the free throw line 10.1 times where he's shooting 90.6% from the field. Curry has very similar numbers as well as far as the volume, 20.1, 49% from the field. He's obviously a much better three-point shooter, 42% from behind the three-point arc with 11.5 threes attempted per game. So just to kind of give you a little blurb on Curry, who we just discussed. But Shai Gilgeous also very effective in getting those steals and blocks. Has been a very effective defender since he's entered the league. 1 block, 2 steals last time out. 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3 steals. He's usually a pretty good block to get at least 3 of those peripherals as far as the blocks and steals. And then once again, well-rounded in the rebounds, assists, and points category, and is going to play in the mid to upper 30s in competitive games. 35, 36, 37, 38 the last 4 times out. 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, 35 points, 36 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. He can just get you there in so many ways. Similar to what we talked about with Curry, these guys have very similar rates. They're both in this 242.5 game environment. Like I said, 2 of the fastest paced team in the league. The Warriors number 1, the Thunder number 3. Do expect both these guys to have a ceiling game for their fantasy, and I do want to be taking advantage. Shai Gilgeous has cleared this in 4 of the last 5. Don't think this is a kind of a game environment that's going to slow him down from that streak. And once again, I do have him projected in the mid-50s from a base projection aspect, with a ceiling to be able to go upwards of 60, as we've seen the last 2 times out against Cleveland and Atlanta, where he's put up 62 and 60.5. Love the spot for Shai. For pick number 3, we're going with the over 51.5 fantasy score here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that will be my 3 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NBA tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, I don't know what you're waiting for. You could have got notified of these picks as well as a whole lot already that have already been bumped this morning. We should have a bunch of picks on a slate this size with these kind of game environments. I am excited for it. So I would love to have you join over there. And that is all from me in this one. Wishing you guys all the best of luck on your Prizepicks NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.